Hello and welcome to another I League 2 encounter as match number 25 kicks off shortly. It's Sporting Club de Goa hosting MYJ GMSC live from the Bambalum Stadium in Goa. Home side sitting on 7 points as compared to GMSC, who are on 4 points. As we take a look at the lineups, there's Kunal, Joel, Doyle Alves, Naucha, Joyson, Alistair Anthony, who's been in a bit of form, Abhimanyu in between the sticks, Sanson, Joyner, Dattaraj, and Vinil Pujari. Kunal Kundekar skippering the side, named by Augusto De Silva. Avilash Paul, the experienced campaigner, drops to the bench. There's Dheeraj, Samuel Costa, Raghav Gupta, Gaurav Rawat, Rohan Rodriguez, Silo, Leander Acuna, Robbie Hansda also drops to the bench, and Jerry is also there. For GMSC, the squad named by Vijit Shetty, there's Surajit Singh Negi, Athar, Umesh, Shannon Pereira, the captain, Ashish Lalge, Dion Menezes, Kamran Ansari, Shivam Pednikar, Arif Sheikh, Palash Barber, and Keen Lewis in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And then on the bench, quite a few options. Paramjit goes to the bench. There's Sujal, Tanmay, Rishik, Kiran, Shravan, Kuntal, Tanmoy, Arvind on the bench, and Ghatnur. So quite a few changes for the sides as compared to the first few games where there were different looks to the starting 11. And this is what it's all about. 3 points in the I League 2 at Bambalum Stadium up for grabs. There's also another game going on between United Sports Club and Karbi Anglong Morning Star. That's 1-1. 65 minutes have been played. Lots of other action around the Indian football circuit, including I League 3 encounters, Women's League games. It's all happening. So take your pick on the Indian Football YouTube channel. So just waiting for the teams to come out. And so far, it is Sporting Club de Goa who are higher on the table. They're in fifth position as compared to GMSC, who are in eighth position. But a win here for GMSC, and they could go level on points with Sporting, who are on 7, GMSC, who are on 4. This is a big game for the side from Mumbai. Big game for Sporting as well. After a bit of a break, they come back. And if they win, they can go up to third position. And that result between United and Karbi Anglong could do them a lot of favors. If it's a 1-1, then Sporting can go within 1 point of United if they win today. Bengaluru United also on this in the fourth position, 1 point off ahead of Sporting rather. Time for the players to come out. Bambalum Stadium, really popular in these parts. Lots of really good grounds and stadiums in Goa. This one of the best. Home to a few ISL matches also. So the Flaming Orange, of course, in their popular orange and GMSC in the white and red. So a quick meeting between the teams. Abhimanyu Singh starts in between the sticks for Sporting Club de Goa as compared to Avilash Paul with all his experience. In Sporting's last game, a 2-1 loss versus Delhi FC. Then they've had a bit of a break. And of course, it's been a good break for Sporting Club de Goa because they have been crowned champions of the Goa Professional League for the third consecutive time, which they fell short of a few seasons ago, but this time they have made it count. Here are the match officials: Arvind Shekhar, assisted by Abhilash MS and S. Vasant Kumar, Ajay Krishnan, the fourth official. Abhishek Kumar Yadav is the match commissioner. And my name's Liam. I'll be taking you through the 90 minutes in this I League 2 encounter. A pleasure, as always, to be on the mic. So they did have a bit of a break, Sporting Club to go in this competition, but that allowed them to go through and finish off Goa Professional League as champions. It's winning the local leagues that for competitions like the I League 3, the I League 2. Of squad rotation will be teams all set to kick off. It's a big game because 3 point GMSC a few spots higher. It could take Sporting into third, and we kick off at Bambolim Stadium. Sporting Club to Goa play host to GMSC. Who have made a slightly compared to the other ones you have to make coming down to Goa. That'll be a throw. So 2 wins so far in 5 games for Sporting. Haven't found their flow properly in this competition yet as compared to the local league. But now that they can put that aside, having won it for the third time in a row, this is where they've got to find that form. Looks like this. So this is where they can find their flow, get a few games in, get a few wins in. Easier said than done. This is one of the national leagues. They are used to play at the National Football League for a long time, I League as well. And be thinking this is the season to get promotion, go up to the I League. For GMSC, slightly different. All over the top though. This is a chance for Sporting. Good defensive work, just stepping across there. Surajit Singh Negi. Nice ball towards Alistair Anthony, who scored in a couple of I League 2 games. Now GMSC come down the right hand side with Ashish Lalge, who's also got a goal this season. Takes a shot. Doesn't hit the target though. Kick, even though he felt there was a touch on it. Ashish Lalge scoring in that 3-3 draw versus Sporting Club Bangalore. Come back from GMSC down, back to 2-2. Then they were 3-2 down. They would have quite a bit of possession here in this home game, Sporting, but on the break, GMSC are pretty dangerous, as we saw before that. Dion. So a change in between the sticks for GMSC as well. Paramjeet comes in. Sorry, goes out. Shivam Pednikar is also a good goalkeeper, comes in. It's a long season. You will get a few changes everywhere. And GMSC coming into this on the back of some really bad form. 3 losses on the spin, conceding 11 goals in the bargain in those 3 games. Big losses as well in terms of margin of defeat, which they won't be too happy about. That's flicked on. Could be coming back from an offside position there, but no. Kunal plays it backwards, gets it. Pretty comfortable in possession, of course. Like to keep the ball, Sporting. But they haven't been too fluid moving forward over the season. That'll be a foul. Back to Kunal on the right. GMSC do hold their shape pretty well, but used to a slightly smaller ground, I would say, when they're playing at home. But the extra space can be used if you know how to use it, that is. Sporting slightly more comfortable moving the ball around and using those acres. Joyson looks for a ball, but took a little too long to release it. Keen Lewis goes for that first time pass. Scored his first goal of the season in the last game they played. 6-1 loss though to Delhi FC, who are in good form, top of the table. He has a chance to shoot over the top from Doyle Alves, who scored in the 90 plus 4th minute versus Karbi Onglong 3 games ago. Just the 4 goals so far for Sporting Club de Goa in this competition. And 6 so far for GMSC, but they've conceded way too many. Shannon does well Was in a spot of bother for a second, but then managed to wrangle away. Good ball carrying there from Arif. Just got stuck for a second after that, though. This is a slightly dry surface. Nice ball towards the right hand side. Kunal altered his run. If he kept going, he would probably got the ball there. Chance for Sporting maybe to put something into the area. But they don't. They rotate. Slightly awkward. There's Joel Colasso. Now goes for the ball in. Mostly a hit and hope. Headed away. Shannon tries to get a touch through. And it didn't fall kindly for the GMSC players. Here comes Sporting once again. That's a nice shimmy to open up a bit of space. And then the shot comes in from Dattaraj. But it's over the top. He likes to create those spaces. Has been a part of this Sporting Club to go aside for quite a bit of time. That's given away, and here's a big chance for the Flaming Orange. Shot is taken, and they get the lead. Easy as you like for Joyce and Gonkar. 8 minutes in, a gift from GMSC, and Sporting will take it with both hands. Joyson takes it with his right foot. That is poor from a GMSC point of view, but that'll give Sporting Club to go a lot of confidence. This was that shot from Dattaraj, which went for a goal kick, and then it was given. That goal kick was given straight to Joyson, who scores his second of the I League 2 campaign after a dramatic 90th minute winner versus Neroka. This is how it came straight to him. That's a poor pass. He took it really well. The pass was on though. Could have played it to Alistair Anthony, but backed himself. The angle opened up really well. And the hosts lead. And those are ominous signs for GMSC because it's not really working out so far. The last three games 4-0 to Karbi Onglong Morning Star, then a 1-0 loss to Sudeva Delhi, then a 6-1 loss to Delhi FC. So with this goal, that is 12 in the last three and a bit. Kunal expected a player to be there. Good challenge from Joyson. Everything starts working out when you are scoring goals. And nothing like an early lead, especially if you're at home. Bit of a tussle there between Ashish and Nacha Singh. Beautiful flick from Keane Lewis. He gets it back from Nagy. Might go for a first time cross. Cuts inside. He's looking really sharp here. Nagy with another ball. Lewis wanted it back. Didn't get it, but can understand putting the cross in after all that hard work. Don't want to waste that opportunity. But that's a bit better from GMSC. Need to move forward now. They don't have any options. Can't sit back and allow Sporting to come at them too much because they are down already early in the game. Awkward back pass. Should be negotiated just about. Just stopped in his tracks there. Yes, Kunal looking for a long throw. Plays it into space nicely, but couldn't get the pass through from Doyle Alves. Dattaraj has the ball, has a runner beyond him, but played the ball behind. It was a decent run through. He picks the ball up again. This is good intensity from Sporting. Oh, but there was no run on the overlap down the right hand side. Lots of communication, of course, as you can hear on the pitch. You can see the confidence levels just changing for both teams when the goal goes in. GMSC looking slightly bewildered, but it'll take them a goal themselves to get back into it. They know that. Referee Arvind just stops Sporting in their tracks. They would expect an Arvind to tackle them, but not this one. That Arvind Raj is on the bench. Might come on later, one of the experienced players for GMSC. Shares a name with the referee. Here's Kunal. That's a decent touch. Oh, that's a beautiful run. Opportunity to cross here. Nice defensive work though from Athar Ansari. Reading the danger. And Joyce and Conquer moving through quite fluidly past the defenders. Looking for another turn. In fact, it should go GMSC's way. That challenge from Vinil Pujari was quite a frantic one. Once he realized that he lost possession of the ball, absolutely swiped Dion Menezes on that occasion. And he should be fine soon. So it will be a free kick for GMSC. Chance to put it into the other half. Kaushik Ampegnikar. Bit of a slip from Keane Lewis, but it will be a throw. Headed away by Kunal. Here's Lewis, goes for the ball over the top. Was too close to Abhimanyu. Looking for the ball through, doesn't really work out, and then Shannon Pereira tried to pass towards the right hand side. Spoke so much about flow to the game for Sporting Club de Goa. They'll be wanting this game to just change their fortunes a little bit, get a bit of a run on. They know how important that is in a league, having been GPL champions now for the third. It's about stringing wins together even when you're not playing too well. Of course, they would love to play well. That's where it all starts. Couple of challenges, and Sporting will take it forward. Here's Vinil. A runner down the right hand side. Keane Lewis knows exactly where that pass was going. Plays it through into space. With a foot race here. Easily met there by Joel Colasso. That had gone out of play. Arif Sheikh with that run showed a bit of pace, but the defender always had his number because of the head start. Arif Sheikh scoring in the 2-1 win versus Neroka 4 games ago. That was the last win they've got, the only win they've got in the campaign actually. GMSC. Slowly making their way up the field, looking for a long throw. Here's Palash to Keane. Eventually didn't really work out for him. It was an awkward one to control. It wasn't high enough to control on the chest, it wasn't low enough to control on the feet. Nothing working out there for Keane Lewis. Smashed by Abhimanyu. It's high, it's very tough to head these ones, especially if you're a striker backing up. But you feel like Sporting are in control of this game. Haven't created too many chances apart from the goal, which was handed to Joyson, who did well to convert it though. Got the ball outside the penalty area, still had to get past and shoot. And now GMSC have been handed the ball themselves. They still have it. Keane Lewis could have been fed in, but it was a poor pass from Arif. Tried to go for the nutmeg pass before that. Got the ball through and then cleared away. GMSC have to believe that when they get their chance, they've got to take it. Here's Ashish. Spins and plays it wide. And that's a poor one to Arif again. Not able to execute the pass. Almost 20 minutes played. Still just the one goal for Sporting Club de Goa. No real chances for GMSC though, apart from that run from Ashish Lalge. Here's Vinil. Gets stopped by Dion Menezes. Was defended quite well in the opening 20 minutes. Taken down by Vinil Pujari, who's very good in those tight spaces, as I said. Another ball over the top. Nothing comes off that one. Vinil Pujari, who spent a lot of time in Churchill Brothers. Also played a bit for Bengaluru United. Umesh plays it back to Dion. Not the best of passes there as Sporting lose it out, and it will be a GMSC throw again. Bit of an awkward one, Dattaraj. And it's given away again to Arif, who could get a foul. This time he does. Bit of pressure from behind. He felt the touch and easy call for the ref. Opportunity for Keane Lewis to put something into the area. With a signal from him, plays it towards the second post. Abhimanyu with the push. The only pressure was his teammate, and then a shot over the top, which is a waste. Decent ball from Keane, but nobody attacking it. Good defending though by Abhimanyu. Sorry, goalkeeping by Abhimanyu. And here's Keane once again. Very creative, of course, whenever he gets the ball. Such a storied career he's had. A big plus for GMSC to get him for this season. Now played towards the right hand side. This is better from GMSC. Finally finding a bit of momentum in this game. Cross is played in. Header is wide though from Arif Sheikh. This time to on the end of one of those passes rather than trying to make one of his own. But a spell of possession which will help GMSC. Another ball over the top. Now Sporting could have a chance to get the second. That won't be a foul. Doyle Alves stays down. Not sure there was too much contact in it. One end of the pitch to another in a flash. And he stays down, which is not a great sign. That too with some ice to the knee. I think it was maybe studs on the knee rather than any sort of internal impact. Here's Surajit Singh Negi. 20 minutes to play in the first half. Doyle Alves should be fine to continue. It's Joyce and Conquer's goal though, separating the two teams. Pereira to Dion Menezes. Keeps going, plays it towards Keane Lewis. Keane goes for another cross, headed. It's an awkward one. Arif doesn't go for the ball because Ashish was there. Neither of them got to it. Now Cha does well to hold off any pressure from Ashish and gets a free kick. Wasn't much in it. The assistant didn't really make that call. But Arvind Shekhar, the ref, felt that it was a foul. GMSC have had more of possession in the last 5-10 minutes. But now Sporting have a chance to counter. Pujari cuts inside, looks for the runner on the left hand side, but decides not to play it towards Naucha. Better to keep possession, which I think is the right move. And Joyson. Kunal. Time for Sporting to keep a bit of the ball themselves. GMSC won't mind this as long as they can keep their shape. Bit of a tactical battle, this one. Between two teams who know that it's a game they just can't afford to lose. Ball played through, chance now for Dutt Taraj. Goes for a nutmeg. Dion Menezes does really well. Has played in the eye. That's a handball. That's gotta be a card. He knew what he was doing there, Joyce and Gonker. Stopping a clear cut counter attacking opportunity. The ball was going way over his head. We've seen a few changes in the goalkeepers for Sporting Club de Goa. Doyle could be one of them. That was a good stop, but with his hand. Yes, Dion, as I was saying, played for Real Kashmir in the I League, which is now the Indian Football League. Ashish goes down, and I think it was handball given. Yes, Kunal again. Underlapping run from him, gets it back, opens up a lot of space, plays it towards Naucha. This could be number 2 for Sporting. Still a chance. Oh, it's hit the post and falls back towards another Sporting player. Kunal himself takes a shot and he's missed it. And a goal kick has been given. What an opportunity for Sporting Club de Goa. Beautiful move down the right hand side from Kunal and then a great ball towards Naucha. But he just couldn't get the touch away from the defender. I think it was Athar Ansari who followed him all the way through. But then another opportunity, in fact, 3 of them to shoot. And Sporting will be thinking how they haven't doubled their lead. Looks like it's time for a cooling break, time to assess what has happened for 30 minutes and get a bit of fluids on board. That was a great opportunity to make it 2-0 for the home side. So, a chance for the referees also to have a chat. This is an important one, which you don't really think of, but sometimes a few calls, the cards that have been given, even the refs can also discuss at halftime. Oh, sorry, during a cooling break, whenever they get a chance to meet. Whether maybe there's some off the ball pushing, whether there's a particular phase of play that you need to look at, and also time for them to hydrate as well. It's been a decent half an hour from both teams. Get the feeling that they're still just not committing too many players forward, which you can understand. But some good moves from Keane Lewis down the left, and in general from Sporting moving forward. They would have loved to get that second goal just before the cooling break. That's an awkward one. Could be another foul. And it's Joyce and Gonker. This time, Ashish clutches his face. Did he get the boot on the face? Decision has to be made. Lots of players hovering around the ref. Lots of them checking Ashish as well. Decision time for the referee, should be a yellow at the very least. Let's see if we can pick up exactly what happened. He didn't see him coming. I think he kicked the ball onto his face rather than the boot, so you can't be crowding around the referee like this. One player's got to go there. Only the captain can speak. Kunal is the captain. He's being called, as is Doyle. Oh, sorry, Joyson. And Joyson gets another. That's his second yellow. That's why they were trying to stop him from getting the yellow. And this is a big, big twist for the boys in orange. A couple of yellows and a red to Joyson Gonkar. And now GMSC have a man advantage with about an hour and a bit to play, considering the stoppages we've had already. And that first yellow card, was there a reason to put his hand out, stop that counter attack so early in the game? If it was the 90th minute and he did it, I can understand. The second one was unlucky because he didn't see Ashish coming from behind and sticking his head out. It's unfortunate because the game was going really well. 11-11 is always what you want to see as a neutral. From a GMSC point of view, this is their chance. Keen Lewis puts it over the top. Defender does really well. Joel Colasso puts his body between him and the opponent. That's a bit of an awkward touch. Dion plays it backwards. Keen Lewis now. This is where he can drop into a pocket, play the balls forward. Bit of a slip there from Ashish. And really dictate the tempo of the game here, Keen. Now for Sporting, it will be, let's watch the next 10 minutes through and then see what can be done in the second half. But this is a big blow to them. And what's the mindset that they're going to go into the second half with? Do we just sit back and try and defend this 1-0 lead for 45 minutes? Or do we try and just nick a goal here and there and make it 2-0? Of course, they would love to do that, but it's easier said than done, tactically speaking. I said that there's not been too much of a flow for Sporting in this I League 2. That's exactly what has happened today. They've been playing pretty well, creating chances, and now they have to play the rest of the game with a man down. So they've got to do it the hard way. Keane plays it through. Here's Pereira. Bit of a pressured run there by Naucha. Palash. Lots of possession will be in store for GMSC now that they're a man ahead. Dion looks for the ball through. It was easily read there by Kunal. You feel for Joyson that second yellow was a tough one to take because he didn't see the man coming. That'll be a foul on Sanson from Ashish. Just trying to put pressure and get the ball. Apology from him after that foul. Trying to take the sting out of the game, of course. Sporting Sanson. Falls to Naucha. That'll be a foul. Advantage played. Bit of a pull back there from Athar Ansari. Naucha gets it back. There was an overlapping run by Samson. He didn't play it to him, and now this could have been a problem for Sporting, but GMSC can't move it forward. Dattaraj dinks it over the top. Kept in play by Vinil. Another one-on-one situation, goes for the cross. It's towards the edge of the box. It falls quite kindly for a Sporting player. That's a foul. That's a free kick on the edge of the area. And a yellow card as well to Ashish. Or was it to Palash? Not sure who made that challenge. But I think it was Samson's run. As we take a look at the replay, it was Ashish, and it's exactly the same thing that has happened. He didn't know that Samson was coming. Ashish tried to play it away. He connects with Samson on the ribs. There wasn't a studs up as such, but it's a yellow. To be fair to the ref, he's been consistent. He's given a yellow for both the tackles. It's just that Doyle, or rather Joyson, got one before that. Good opportunity from a free kick here. Only one orange shirt standing over it. In fact, now outside the screen you can see Doyle Alves takes it, hits the woodwork. What an opportunity, and now he could take another shot at it. Doesn't fall towards him, but what a great chance that was for Sporting. Fantastic free kick, but no luck for them today. After that first goal, they've hit the woodwork twice now. Kunal and now Doyle Alves. Keane might lose out here to Naucha. Tries to clear it away. Naucha still has it. Got to be careful with the tackle there by Keane. Naucha goes for the shot himself. Could have played it towards Doyle, but hits the side netting. Tough angle. Five minutes to play. Narrative is changing by the moment in this game. It's all happening. Another ball over the top. Dion should get there first. Get to halftime with the lead. That is what Sporting will be thinking. GMSC would love to nick an equalizer before, but even if they don't, they know they have enough time in the second half to get one back. What a first half. An unforgettable first half for Joyce and Conquer. Scoring a goal, then a deliberate handball to get one yellow, then a high boot to get another yellow, and within 30 or so minutes, you've done everything. One goal, one red card, two yellow cards, and an early shower. Now he has to hope that he hasn't let his side down after giving them a lead. gives them a deficit in terms of personnel. Comfortable header back from Dion. They might also change their formation. GMSC might play one more player in the midfield in the second half at least. For now, not required. That's a nice touch from Alistair Anthony. Hasn't been too involved today. That's a good ball towards the right for Vinil Pujari, who takes it down. Kunal, who's had a solid game so far. Nattaraj. Back to Gino Lorenzo. And he's turned into trouble there. Sanson giving the ball away towards Keane, who's gone towards the right hand side now. He's switched with Ashish Lalge. Challenge comes in. A bit of afters. Got to be careful there. He's had a frustrating first half. Arif Sheikh. Dattaraj dictates the tempo of the game so well. Joel is running the clock down as much as they can here. Sporting. GMSC need to push a bit. Need to press them. Because they're just holding on to possession, not moving too far. Alistair. Back to Kunal. Kunal with the underlapping run, which he likes to make. Vinil. Now Kunal goes towards his right. This is great movement from the right back. Kunal with a cross. Poor cross though. But good movement. Losing his runner. Or striker rather. Dion Menezes is everywhere. It was his clearance. That could be a foul. Not really, says the ref. Vinil Pujari doesn't really like it. But he'll have to accept that decision. Awkward one. Nacha has been really impressive whenever he's got on the ball. That's a nice move from Joel. Plays it wide. There's Joel again. Skips past the defenders really nicely. That's a sign of a good ball carrying defender. And this one goes against Vinil Pujari again. He can't believe it. Surajit Segi Negi has had his number there. Even the clearance goes off the man in orange. Here's Dion again. Almost into half time. Arif. A difficult first half, but needs to keep pushing. It's a big result for the table in general because the game at Kalyani between United and Karbi Anglong Morning Star has ended in a 1-1 draw. Which means that there could be quite a few changes in the table. Arif goes for that pass, good clearance, and that'll be a foul from him. Not much to complain about. It was surely a foul. So now, if Sporting win this, they can go to 10 points. They'll be just one behind United. They could go to third, and they will be one ahead of Karbi Anglong Morning Star, who are on 9. GMSC win this, they go to 7. They'll be tied with Sporting and Sudeva, who are in 5th and 6th. Good result for Karbi Anglong Morning Star, travelling to Kalyani and getting a draw with United. Here's Keen Lewis, plays it towards the left, but good defensive work. And that'll be half time. An eventful first half at Bambolim. Started off with Joyce and Gonkar getting a goal. Then he got a couple of yellows and a red. But it's his 9th minute strike that divides the teams so far. GMSC haven't had too many chances. Sporting have hit the woodwork on a couple of occasions. But the second half will be an interesting one to watch out for. And you can, of course, catch all the action right here on the Indian Football YouTube channel. 15 minutes to assess the situation, to change personnel or tactics, but more importantly, to try and fight for the 3 points that are up for grabs. So that's half time. It's 1-0 to Sporting Club de Goa versus GMSC. We'll be back shortly for the second half. Welcome back to second half action at Bambolim Stadium. It's still 1-0 to Sporting Club de Goa. Early goal for Joyce and Conquer, but since there was a twist in the tail, he's been sent off after two yellows. So 10 men Sporting need to hold on for 45 minutes as GMSC with 11 men would love to take advantage of the numerical advantage. But for now, it's the goal advantage which is giving Sporting the lead. Oh, and there seems to be another yellow card. It's going to be a red card. Just as I was speaking about numerical advantages, we're back on level terms in terms of personnel. And Tanmay, who has just come on, is going to be sent off. Was that an elbow to the face? That's why he is absolutely surprised. Tanmay doesn't know what's happening. He can't believe it. He's saying he held me and then I pulled him back. But it's going to be 10-10. And we'll try to see if we can bring you those visuals. We were looking at the ball. It was surely off the ball. The referee was right there. That's a huge call. And what a way to start off the second half. This is unbelievable. It was Dattaraj who was involved. And we'll try to see the replay as soon as we can. But for now, we are with both teams down to 10 men. As I said, the narrative in this game is changing with every second. And now we have another restart. Just crazy how things are progressing in this game. But anyway, back to the action. It was Tanmay who was brought on, of course, as a striker to try and, or rather as a forward player to try and get them back on level terms. And he's done that, but and not the way he would have thought. They're back to 10 men each. And the referee seemed pretty sure he saw what happened was surely either a palm to the face or a punch to the face or an elbow to the face, but there was definitely a bit of initial contact from Dattaraj, which spurred Tanmay to take that action. And he's been set off within maybe 5 seconds since coming on, which is surely some sort of a record. Bit of a pullback there from Shannon Pereira. Alistair Anthony very good on the turn. Let's see if we can have a normal 45 minutes of football after what bizarre stuff has been unpacked in the first 45 and then the first few seconds of the second half. Ball towards Naucha, couldn't get there in time. And whatever plan GMSC have had or had during the halftime talk is all gone out of the window because they no longer have that advantage, and now they're back to square one. A goal down, not a man up. Here's Dion. Keane loses possession there. Doyle Alves keeps running, tries to get past. There were five white shirts, but the ball has been picked back up. Here's Vinil Pujari, who's on the left wing this time, maybe looking for a cut inside. He goes for a ball. It's well taken by Shivam Pednikar. 5 minutes played, and you can feel like it's just a little bit of a lull start because everybody's shocked as to how the red card was given within the first few minutes. Ball comes in. Shravan Shetty's also been brought on for GMSC, so there was surely a plan with a few new players brought on from the bench. A bit of a lifeline though for Sporting, who would have thought that 45 minutes with a man down is going to be really tough. Bit of a clip there from Kamran Ansari. Of course, they're going to milk as much as they can. with with ever stoppages because they are still in the lead. Palash has it through for Dion. Ball over the top, straight to the keeper who might just let this stay with him for a bit. And he doesn't. Lots of action coming thick and fast in this I League 2. As I said, it's a really busy Indian football calendar. ISL and IFL, of course, into their last few games, or last few match weeks rather. I League 2 has been on for a while now. I League 3 has started a few days ago. Then there's also the second phase of the Indian Women's League and the beginning of the Indian Women's League 2. The national teams will be in action soon. It's all happening. Age group football. It's great to see the calendar flourishing. Of course, state leagues are on in different parts. A few state leagues will be starting in a few months' time as well. Depends on which part of the country. Some grassroots tournaments taking place as well. So it's great to see. And for now, a lot up for grabs when it comes to the I League 2. And Sporting know this. If they get this win, third position, means that you're very close towards that promotion. That's a brilliant touch from Vinil Pujari who sets it up. Oh, in fact, he hasn't found the pass. What a ball! Cross field, wonderful first touch. And Doyle Alves' run wasn't met with the ball that Vinil expected. Oh, offside was given, so it wouldn't have counted. Didn't look offside in my opinion. I thought he came from behind. But either ways, that was a wonderful pass and first touch from him. Picked up by Vinil again, who showed his quality on that particular touch and run. Anthony keeps the ball well. A bit of space opening up maybe there for Sporting. In fact, Naucha can take it forward. They've got to stay alert here, the Sporting players. Naucha plays it wide. Here's an opportunity, a cute angle. It was always going to be tough for Doyle Alves from there. Naucha could have got it back. I think it was Alistair who just thought the ball was lost and stopped playing. But if he continued his run, maybe he could have dragged one player with him. A decent chance there for Doyle on the right hand side. Now towards the left. Here's Keane. He's been called offside, which is unlike him. So 10 minutes played. It's still 1-0 to Sporting. This would be enough to take them a couple of spots above where they are now in the table. That's a poorly given away. Kamran plays it wide. And Shravan almost wins it back here. He's got to release the ball. There's Dattaraj, but he gets the foul instead. Time for a change now. Pratham Ghatnur comes on for Surajit Singh Negi, who's been defending really well. But now it's time for a forward to come on from GMSC's point of view. You've got to start putting a few numbers up the pitch. You've got to give it a go. Even if you lose 2-0, you've got to try to get that one back. Of course, there's still a lot of time, but just in general, a bit more oomph is required up front. There's the substitution. Bit of pressure on Keane, who holds on to the ball quite nicely. A couple of games for you tomorrow as well in the I-League 2. FC Bengaluru United play Delhi FC. That'll be a big game. And then Sudeva Delhi play Sporting Club Bengaluru. So both the Delhi teams taking on the Bengaluru teams. Next up for Sporting Club de Goa, it is a trip to Bengaluru United at the CSE Arena. That will be a foul and it'll be a free kick for Sporting. Pratham just trying to have an effect on the game as he's come on. Awkward fall for both him and Joel Colasso, who I said carries the ball forward so well and induces a foul in the bargain. GMSC don't play the next match week, and after that they play Bengaluru United themselves. Bit of a dink, cleared away. Nice turn. Dattaraj with another good spread of the ball, but Naucha doesn't get there first. And now a bit of space for GMSC. Played towards Pratham. His first involvement in terms of offensive side of things. Palash delays the cross for a bit. Didn't really open up there the angle. Shannon plays it back. Now the dink over. Good defensive header. And then a calm one back to Abhimanyu, which didn't bounce as much as he thought it would. And he was under pressure there from Shravan Shetty. Dion's pass to Keane was just away from him. There's Joyner. An hour gone, half an hour to play. Sporting with the advantage. Both teams having a man sent off. Doyle up against Dion. That's been a good battle today. Dion plays it out for a throw. Looking for a dink. There was a runner coming in from the back post but headed away nicely. They didn't really see him coming. Luckily, they didn't leave it though. From a defensive point of view, Vinil Pujari getting into good spaces. A couple of substitutes warming up behind the goal post there for Sporting. This time they don't really coordinate it properly. Just a bit of a heavy pass there from Vinil to Sanson. There's Nacha, who's been impressive. Almost had a chance to shoot early in that first half, but it was good defensive work tracking back from the GMSC players. Big points dropped from United today. They would have expected to get a result versus Karbi Anglong Morning Star. Of course, every game very important in a short league like this, only 9 teams. Another ball towards the second post. Two players come for it. Keeper also comes for it, but I think the final touch came off an orange shirt. He just about did enough to cause a bit of havoc between them. Time for a change now for GMSC. Dion Menezes comes off for Sujal Ghanikar. This is a big call from Vijit Shetty. Dion, of course, can always move forward if he wants. He's been pretty solid. One of the most consistent performers today, at least. He's also got the likes of Tanmoy Ghosh and Arvind if he wants to bring on some attackers. Kuntal as well. Already few substitutions have been used. But this will be a corner. Slightly awkward one, which went out of play, and now GMSC can try to strike. As I said, it's important for them to get some points because they are second last right now, tied on points with Neroka, who are last. Here's Lewis with his left foot. Decent delivery, flicked on, and that's the goal for GMSC. The equalizer comes from the head of Shravan Shetty. Brilliant delivery by Keane Lewis. Always produces the utmost quality, especially from set pieces. But that's a wonderful finish from Shravan Shetty. Just got a bit of a nick on it in the first post, took it away from the keeper, nestled into that far post. And reminds me of a Premier League goal we saw between a ball from Bruno Fernandes and headed by Casemiro. And I said that was a very aesthetic header, and so was this one. Just got enough on it just to get it past the keeper who was there, but a bit of a loop and a bit of pace as well at the same time. Now Sporting try to get one back, and the clearance is by Athar. Fantastic goal for GMSC. Their seventh of the campaign. Shravan's first. Keane Lewis with the assist. And now Sporting have a corner of their own which they can try and score from. Pujari goes for it. Oi, that is awkward. He's gone flying into the post. Didn't really see the goal post there, and that might just be. Oh, it's not going to be a very serious injury, but it looked really bad for Joel Colasso there. I felt it from here. Just went sprinting into the post. Hopefully, it didn't hit his head. Oof. I can't remember the last time I've seen someone flying into the post like that. But he's a strong man because he's right back up. Hopefully, it wasn't as awkward as it looked. And ribs first into it. He didn't see the goalpost there because he was going for the ball, all eyes on it. The keeper got a hand to it and caught it, and that's why he was okay. And still to get up so quickly. Hats off to Joel. It just goes to show the commitment that these players are putting in. Crossfield ball. Keane Lewis will try to meet it. Kunal gets there first, clears it away, doesn't take any chances, doesn't want to give Keane Lewis another corner, that's for sure. The narrative, as I said, in this game keeps changing. Sporting were pretty dominant until they got down to 10 men. GMSC haven't showed much in this game, but suddenly a set piece and a great header means that we're back on level terms. In between, there were red cards on either side, which gives you the feeling that there's more to come in this game. Halfway through the second half, a lot on the line. For Sporting to try and keep their promotion fights alive, and for GMSC to avoid getting into a relegation battle which they're already in. 1 point won't really help either of their causes. But 3 points would be very, very helpful. Important header there from Pereira. And now a bit of a block from him. He won't get into the book, but he'll bring down Alistair, and it will be a free kick. Opportunity for Vinil Pujari. Played away. And now there's a bit of space down the left hand side. Here's Vinyl again. Chance to cross it, delays it slightly. And the delivery from Vinyl had to be a little better, a little earlier as well. Once you've made that run, you expect the ball to be played. Awkward one for Naucha, he won't get there. Just have to tidy things up a bit in the final third here. Sporting Club de Goa. Another header away, not taking any chances with the ball bouncing there. You got a header, you need to clear it. That's the first rule of defending, don't let it bounce. Decent ball through, Abhimanyu does well to collect. Important for the keepers to stay off their lines, especially in those situations. Another ball towards Vinyl. He can play it first time. Doyle is free. Two defenders then converge. Now he plays it towards the second post. Now Cha comes for it. And this could be an issue for Athar Ansari. He's hurt himself. He's gone down. That is awkward. He's hurt his hand as well. Looks like he'll be fine. Bit of an awkward one. So Doyle Alves will come off, and in his place, Robbie Hansa made his name in the Calcutta Football League. He's done well for Bengal as well, and now trying to get a few goals in the I League 2. Quite a prolific striker, and that's what you need in this sort of a game. You want to score, you want to win. Throw on somebody who can finish. Doyle with a good game, put in a good shift, but now it's time for Robbie. Fresh legs always helps. Awkward ball there towards Keane. Who's had a positive impact on this game once again. Indian Super League winner with Bengaluru. Has played for many of the top clubs. Also spent a bit of time in the US. This could fall kindly for Robbie. He could set up Vinyl here, who doesn't really see the pass. Awkward one. Play on, says the ref. Both the players are scrambling for it. Falls towards Robbie Hansa. No, there was a white shirt there. Shravan keeps it alive. Vinyl stays down. But now there's an opportunity for GMSC. Pratham keeps going. Has an opportunity to pass it through. That's another awkward one. Shot is taken by Shannon Pereira straight to Abhimanyu, who launches a counter attack, and this could open up the game nicely. Dattaraj delayed the pass too long, and a foul committed by Shravan. End-to-end stuff. This is what we wanted. And as the momentum builds, it's time for a cooling break. Just as things were heating up. What a game this has been. And a bit of drama towards the end is expected. Which way is it going to flow? Lots of discussions on the bench as well. Maybe a few tactics also discussed. That's what the cooling breaks are mixed with nowadays. You see it on the world stage as well. Of course, happens mostly in the warmer parts of the world. So here we go. The final 15 could basically decide how the season is going to go for either of these teams. If they're on the losing side, it could be in the end. That should be a corner. Yes, it is. Little battle there between Umesh and Robbie Hansa. And a corner which will be taken eventually by Sanson Pereira. It was the other side where GMSC scored with a left footed in swinger. Let's see what Sporting can do. Similar ball, looking for the header. But Athar was there to defend. Sanson with another ball in. It's a decent delivery. And it's gone off a white shirt. So that's good defending. But I thought Joel Colasso was the favourite to get the ball there. Quite a few substitutes warming up. Depending on which way the game is going, perhaps. Looks like they want a few attackers on for now. If they score, it might switch to defenders. Look where he's placed the ball. It's nowhere near the marking. Looks like a change is required for GMSC as well. A stretcher. So another change in personnel for GMSC. Looks like it's a bit of cramp. Time for a corner again. Play towards the 6-yard box. Not cleared away. Header straight to the hands of the keeper. Always an awkward one from that sort of an area. But now it's fallen back towards Vinil, who has a few players coming back towards the penalty area. Headed away again by Palash Parba this time. Still haven't made that change, so they were basically defending that with 9 men. Another keeper's wasting time so that the change can be made. I'm not sure why the substitute isn't ready to make that to come on. A yellow card given to someone. Looks like somebody from the GMSC. So another stoppage here. 10 minutes to play plus a lot of added time I would expect. So again, action resuming. 10 minutes to play plus added time. Still 1-1. Still a man down each, of course. It's all happening here at Bambalem Stadium. Tattaraj looks to progress. It falls nicely towards Sanson, who wants to go himself. Anthony could have played it wide, but he didn't. Arvind Raj has come on for Athar in the bargain. That's a good change for GMSC, and this will be a foul and a yellow card to Joyner. Keane wants to take it quick. That won't work. Not sure much in it, but he gets a yellow for it as well. It was a good leap actually there for from Joyner against Pratham, but he used him apparently to get that elevation by the looks of it. Now he went with his knee, that's why. Keen Lewis now. Headed away. Might fall to GMSC once again. Chance for a cross. Not taken, and now he's been brought down. Will it be a free kick? It will be a free kick. It was a slight touch, but Kamran did well to just get a yard on the defender. And this is a good position for GMSC. Slight push there from Vinil Pujari. You could see the hands coming out. You can't do that. Similar position to the one from which they scored. Keane Lewis again with his left foot. As Lewis goes for the ball towards the second post, it's headed over the top. What a chance for GMSC. But it was slightly flatter and tough to get. Oh, it's actually an easy header for Arvind. He knows it. He just adjusted a little too late. Could have taken one slight step towards the left, and those are the headers which you get and you think, oh, it has to go in. But you've got to concentrate and put it into the back of the net. Big, big chance. Here's Robbie. Looks for the ball in. There's no one home. Remember, both teams playing with a man less, so there'll be less options to pass to. Here's Sanson, who's moved forward quite a bit. Great ball towards the second post, and that's the goal that Sporting Club de Goa were looking for. And it's now Cha. Courtesy a wonderful ball from Sanson Pereira. But Sporting Club de Goa's number 9 finally finds the back of the net. I said he's had a good game, and he tops it off with a goal. And what a big goal this is for them. Super ball in. What a finish. He was basically in the air. First post finish, that is. Second post delivery. And now Cha Singh gets the lead for Sporting Club de Goa. Bit of a stoppage again here. And this time it's the other keeper. Because maybe a few subs are on the cards for Sporting. Here's the ball again from Sanson. Too much space given to him. Nobody tracking the run of Naucha, who came pretty late. And superb finish. The more you see it, the technique was wonderful. There you see, not even in the frame there, and he comes from behind. Oh, that's a great finish. You got to question the keeper on the first post. You should be saving that, but he had to, of course, move because the cross came from one side, the finish came from the other. Nacho spent a bit of time at Chow and Niroka when he first started. Then Sudeva Delhi, then Gokulam, Bengaluru United as well, and now in Sporting Club de Goa. What a big goal for them. But GMSC have come back from behind once in this game. Can they do it again? Good defensive work, won't be kept in play. Few tired legs all around. Few time wasting tactics we will see. But a few actual cramps, actual injuries also. It's all adding to the tension and of what has been such an interesting game. Arvind with the long throw, headed away. He'll get another shot at it. Another one, this time slightly more loopy, headed away by Alistair Anthony, who stays down. Got a bit of contact to the head, and they will not want to go off because you don't want to defend a set piece, even if it's a throw or a corner, with 9 men. So encouraged to get back up, especially when you're going to defend something. Keen Lewis with another corner. Shravan flicks it, this time saved by the keeper. Shravan could have shot again there, but he didn't. Keen Lewis with another chance to cross it in. Good delivery. This time the header is wide, but they almost scored an absolute ditto goal as compared to the first one. Rather similar to the first one. But this time he didn't get enough loop on it. It was a flatter header, which made it easier for Abhimanyu to save. But they've got to deal with those first post headers, Sporting, because GMSC are so good at that. Shravan specifically. Here's Robbie. Vinil would want to keep possession here. Does well to play it around the corner. Dattaraj has Robbie Hansda if he wanted to play it, but he didn't. Still hasn't gone out, and eventually I think it should be an orange ball. It is. Good call from the ref and from the assistant. Here's Vinil. Takes it towards the corner, might be looking for a throw. He does get one. Robbie brought down, not enough for a penalty. GMSC will try to move forward. Shravan has been brilliant since coming on. As I say that, it's the commentator's curse. Not going to get yellow for that. That is surprising because that was a blatant off the ball challenge. Few seconds to go till we find out how many minutes of added time. 7 minutes of added time. Still a lot to play for. As the number 77, Vinil Pujari, brought down by Shravan. I'm surprised he hasn't got a yellow for that. Either ways, here we go. Final 7. Poor pass. Abhimanyu will let this stay at his feet until Shravan comes in. And then he picks it up. Another awkward one. But then cleared away. And a couple of changes for Sporting. 3 changes actually for Sporting. Gaurav Rawat, Leander Deguna, and Jerry Pulamte all coming on. Vinil is one of the players off. Alistair Anthony is another off. And Sanson Pereira, the third to come off. All of them having a really good game. Alistair pretty tidy. Vinil very good moving forward. Sanson up and down, getting the assist towards the end. But now GMSC. Keen loses delivery, falls towards Arvind, keeps it alive. Abhimanyu's there. No one alert. Once the ball is gone towards the second post, there has to be somebody looking for the square back. That was poor from them. Shannon gives it away. And this is an opportunity for Jerry. He's got Robbie Hansda. The ball just gets stuck in his foot. It's his first touch, of course. That'll be a foul. Shannon gets brought down. Oops. Unnecessary there. Unnecessary from both the players. Gaurav Rawat also retaliating. We've already seen players getting sent off for doing things like this today. Got to keep your cool. Good refereeing though from Arvind Shekhar to just step in and make sure it doesn't boil over. Here's Gaurav Rawat. That's a foul. From behind from Pratham Khatnur. Putting a bit too much pressure on Gaurav, who saw it coming. And they've got to see the 4 minutes through here. Sporting. Falls to Jerry again. And that's really good defensive work by Sujal, who puts it into space. That's wonderful stuff from Joel Colasso. Hits it onto the GMSC player and gets a goal kick. That is really smart. He's been one of the players of the game for me. Many options, of course. Sanson as well. Vinil Dattaraj both have also had a good contribution. Join also defensively has been good. Kunal in the first half was impressive as well. And now Cha, let's not forget him. It's his goal that is separating the teams. That'll be another card. I think both players went with their studs, but eventually the contact was worse from Palash Barber. His was higher, and that's why the foul was given. Dattaraj's was slightly lower. It's all about the intent, and Sporting don't want a player to go off right now. You'd rather have everybody on. Dattaraj is cramping up, but he's got to keep going. If you if you take the medic right now, then you'll have to sit out for a few seconds. Joyner was thinking of smashing it upfield. He does smash it upfield eventually. Now Cha goes for it. Good header. If only it fell towards Robbie Hansda. There's Keen Lewis. He's been good for GMSC. But he needs to be higher up the field to have a more positive impact. Here's Sujal. Palash. That's an important touch from Jerry. Gaurav Rawat has just not found his footing since coming on. It's not easy to come on as a sub and get adjusted to the intensity, to the bounce, to the ball, everything. But that's a good header from Leander Deguna. And how about that from Dattaraj Gaonkar? Brilliant stuff in the midfield. Here's Robbie Hansda, tries to get it past. Good challenge from Umesh. And now Shavan has a chance, but a good challenge comes in again from Leander Deguna, who has adjusted to the pace of the game. Here's Arvind. The last few chances maybe for GMSC. Headed away by Gaurav. Robbie keeps it alive, needs to stay in play. Yes, it does. My Kunal hasn't done much in this second half. Most of the moves have been from the left. Oh, they've left it for the keeper there. Shannon Pereira, I don't know if that was the best option, but somehow it's cleared away by Shivam Pednikar. 97 minutes have been played. Sporting just need to keep the ball away from their own goal, and they are good to go. They are to go because Sporting Club de Goa have managed to get the 3 points, and that'll take them to 10 into third position behind United and Delhi. But GMSC will stay stranded in second last position, just above Naroka, just below SC Bengaluru. But what a game this has been. Joyson got us started with a goal in the 9th minute, then he got sent off. Then in the beginning of the second half, it was a yellow card to Tanmay. And Shravan got us on level terms for GMSC. But it was Gambam now Chasing with the all-important winner, giving Sporting Club de Goa the 2-1 victory over GMSC. What an encounter. Credit to the ref and his team. They have dealt with it pretty well. And it was such an important game, a win for GMSC, and they would have climbed to 7 points, but instead, it is Sporting who take home the 3 points, and this is how it happened. Let's take a look at the highlights. In Bambolim Stadium, match number 25 of the I League 2 25-26 season. Lots to play for. It was bright and sunny when we started at 4:30 p.m. And a few chances to start off with for Sporting. That was a really good interception, or rather claim, from Surajit Singh. Lalgate tried from that area Few shots from a distance in the first few minutes. It was all before the first goal, which was in the ninth minute. Another shot from Dattaraj. What a game he had. And then possession given away, taken beautifully by Joyson. Open it up into that bottom left corner. Keeper couldn't do much about it. Joyson Gonka getting his second of the season to add to that goal in the last minute versus Neroka to give them that 1-0 win. And it was given away by Umesh. Very good finish by Joyson. To give Sporting the lead early on in the ninth minute. A few pushes here and there. That one was from Sanson. I also had a good game. Foul there from Kunal and Arif. Keen Lewis with a few really good set pieces. This one punched away by Abhimanyu. And then the shot was over the top from Ashish Lalge. And this was a really good delivery. The header was tough to get on target for Arif. He couldn't keep it on target. This was the first yellow card for Joyce and Gonker. Not sure what he was thinking. He did have two players who would probably cover. That's what Arif was saying, that it's definitely a counter-attacking move which was stopped. He got a yellow, which is lucky for it. It was such an intentional, blatant one. Could have also been a red. This was really good defensive work, but then a shot taken by Doyle which hit the post. Then Kunal also had a chance to shoot. He put it wide. Great opportunities there for Sporting, but they just couldn't get it. And this was the unfortunate second yellow for Joyce and Gonker. Two yellows and a red for the man in orange. And a few challenges here and there as Sporting tried to get to halftime without conceding. Will had a good game. That was not the best of crosses. Then Ashish got a yellow card himself for doing a similar thing to Joyson. A similar thing as Joyson. He did it to Sanson. And this was a beautiful free kick from Doyle Alves. Almost a postage stamp. Hit it too well actually as it hit the crossbar. Then now Chat took a shot. It was into the side netting. And somehow we came to a close at halftime. It was 1-0 to Sporting. And as we restarted, take a look at this. Just there in the circle, a bit of a hand to the face. Not sure how hard it was, but an instant red card to Tanmay. And he basically took 4 or 5 steps in the game. That's it. That was when he was brought on as a sub. Very, very quick red card for him. A few chances here and there for Sporting as they kept pushing. That was a good claim by Pednikar. Clip on Joel there by Kamran. That was a good chance, but it was actually offside. Doyle's chance was over the top. Joel again carrying the ball so well and then getting brought down. And this was the equalizer. Super ball from Keen Lewis, but what a header from Shravan Shetty. That's what it's all about. Then Sporting came close with a few crosses. Joel absolutely smashed into the post. What a warrior he is to keep going. Another foul there from Shannon Pereira. Now Chuck came close there, couldn't get anything on it. A bit of a cramp there for Athar. Again, Joel got a smash to the face. Shannon should have done better with that shot. That header from now Chuck couldn't be angled away from the keeper. And the second post crosses were working for Sporting. It's eventually how they got the goal. That was a foul from Joyner and a yellow card. And a foul from Vinil on Kamran. This is a great chance for Arvind. I might just look back upon that and feel that that was a chance to get a 2-1 lead. Then Sanson's ball finished brilliantly by Naucha towards the first post. Could have been saved by the keeper, but the pass and the finish deserved a goal. He was in the air when he took the shot. Disappointing for GMSC, but what a moment for Sporting, keeping their promotion hopes alive. Then a few balls into the area which were headed well by the Sporting defence. Another first post flick on from Shawan, and then he could have taken a shot as well. He was really good in that first post area. Then a foul by him to take down Vinil. Keen Lewis with another ball inside. Fell towards Arvind, but when he put it back across goal, there was no one home. Clash. An eventful game coming to an end with the full time whistle. So that's full time. Sporting Club de Goa winning this one by 2 goals to 1 versus GMSC. What a game that's been. And stay tuned for more action. But for now, this is Liam signing off.